There was a couple of things structurally we changed, but I think it was just about keeping the persistence up and keeping the intensity up, and eventually things start going your way. And it was a fantastic third quarter, no doubt about that. So we kept on persisting at it, and then it sort of broke our way. And then just, once you get on a bit of a roll like that, you've got to make the most of it. We certainly did in that third quarter.
Sort of missing some targets inside 50 in
the
first half?
Yeah. I thought our kicking was a little bit off in the first half, and that was something that's pretty hard to address that in a skill sense. So you really don't talk about it too much, other than the fact that we want to make sure we get the ball forward with some real power, and we got the ball forward with some real power and surged it forward, and sometimes it's not necessarily about the method. At times with the ball movement, it's more about the intensity, and we're able to get that right in the third term.
It's a good sign you're able to turn it around, though, the work you did.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we're going okay, but that's the benefit of having some really strong leaders and some good young kids coming through that just kept persisting at it, and it went our way in the third term.
Is there any concerns at half time, a 6-day break, and the turns might have been showing a bit?
No, we didn't. I mean, we didn't ever think about it, and it certainly wasn't the case. I mean, our second half was fantastic. So we didn't think about that at half time. We didn't talk about it at all, and we just focused on making sure we play with some real power rather than maybe a little bit trying to be cute in the first half at times. And sometimes that's not the way to play footy in those type of conditions. You've just got to go with effort rather than finesse, and I thought our effort was very good.
Was that third quarter as well as you've seen the same players?
I don't reflect too much. I mean, it was a good quarter, but it was a really good quarter of footy, but I don't sit there and say rank it, and it doesn't cross my mind.
We've probably made a fair bit externally about the club record equaling winning streak, but I imagine it hasn't been mentioned a lot internally, but fairly nice achievement for the club.
It hasn't been mentioned at all internally. It's good for the supporters, I guess, and good for people outside the club to talk about, but we haven't spoken about it internally at all. So it's very simple for us. It's just about making sure that we prepare well, and that's mentally and physically. We really respect the opposition no matter who we play. We train hard, and then make sure on game day we bring our best effort, and that's what it's about, and we've got to continue to do that.
John, during that streak you've shown a level of intensity. You must be pleased with that, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's just about doing it consistently well. I mean, we can't afford to drop off, and if you drop off a little bit, you give the opposition a chance, and we've got to be relentless in our approach to the contest and relentless to our approach to the opposition every week, and making sure we give our best. And we've been able to do it to this point, but there's no guarantees in footy. You've got to keep going.
You got a good stretch now to prepare for awful, having a little bit of extra.
It's a bit like the 6-day break last week, or the going. We don't. I mean, it is what it is. You don't think about it too much. You just the players will have a couple of days that they'll mentally and physically be able to have a bit of a rest. But we'll come back on, and we'll come back in next week, at the end of the week, and switch back on and get going again. And it's important for the players to have some downtime for the next few days, as all players across the competition that have the bye do. We'll be no different, but we know we need to switch back on the back end of the week and train hard over the weekend, which we'll do.
Do you expect to get some of those injured guys to Shaw, Hanbury back?
Don't know yet. We're not sure. We're not going to rule them in or out at the moment. We'll see how they go this week, and they all expect to be running at some stage this week. When they run and who runs at different stages, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how they go Tuesday, and I mean, those guys aren't going away. They'll be into the program and ready to go and give themselves the best possible chance, whether that's Hawthorn or just after that. We're not sure at the moment. Yeah, we thought Sam was good tonight. I think his form's been pretty good this year, and he's played a number of different roles for us, even a bit different than what he's played normally. He's that swingman role that he's been able to play, whether it's deep forward, whether it's a high half forward, whether it's in the ruck, or he's been able to go back. He's a really disciplined, and I've said it before, disciplined, smart, versatile player, and it was good for him to get some reward on the scoreboard tonight, because that doesn't always happen for him. But I thought the start of the third, he was probably one that got us going a bit, and with a couple of big tackles and a couple of contested marks on repeat entries, and just that first 5 minutes of the third quarter, he was able to give us some real momentum, and which you can do that as a young kid. You don't have to be a leader to stand up. It's your turn to go and change the momentum. You do it. And I thought he did it. He was the one that really led the charge in the third term. Yeah, he did. He really launched at it tonight, and he did. He got some reward for which was good. I mean, he's been a good player for us this year. Yeah, the ruck contests were really important. I mean, we went into that tonight going, their centre bounce crew were Warnock, Gibbs, Judd, Murphy. I mean, you struggle to find a better centre bounce crew in the competition, really. So it was a big job for our blokes in that centre bounce mix, and they had to work hard, and thought Pikey did a good job, as the other mids did as well.
Given Buddy's film duels, I mentioned 12-match run at the industry, do you think that $2 million was played?
I'm not commenting on that.
Have you ever seen him play that?
He's had some good footy. I mean, he's played some good football over his career. You know, he's been a good player for Hawthorn when he was there. He's been a good player for a long time, and it's very simple. And I've said it all year that since he's got back and trained on a more consistent basis, and he's got up and going, he knows the team better. We know him a bit better, and he's been consistent. His performances have been really consistent, and he doesn't panic. He knows what he needs to do to be a good player, and that's what he is.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, it's not done too often. And it's not an easy thing to do, and it helped. We were able to get some clean supply and play with that power in that third term, get there with a bit more, a bit quicker. And when we were able to get there with a bit of speed, and he was able to get those opportunities, he certainly made the most of them. He was very good.
And you're having some success while being able to introduce some new talent along the way. Obviously, with St. Lloyd and Zach Cohen and then Dean tonight.
Yeah, it's we believe you can be still competitive and introduce young players and play them in different roles and expose them to different experiences. And whether that's Jake Lloyd, who's come in and played a fair bit of game midfield, or it's Gary Rowan tonight, who played down back probably at senior level for the first time, as we've been playing him there in the reserves for a number of weeks and teaching him that part of the game. We know he can play as a forward, but I thought he did some good things in the second half as well as a defender and sort of midfield forward. Dean Towers. We've still got some young kids in that team that are able to come in and play a role for us, and that's a credit to them. They've been able to make sure that they know the system really well. They get taught well by the leaders and come in and play their role.
Do you think Dean Towers wanted to stage fright and Buddy slipped in that one ball in the third quarter?
Maybe. I saw him go up and saw Bud go up and wish him the best before the game, and he was pretty excited, Dino. It's taken him a while to get to that point. He was emergency 8 or 10 times, and good on him. You know, he's a real athlete. He's quick, and he's got great endurance, and he got his chance tonight, which was good.
You would never expect him to go on screen and slip in
No, I'm sure that one night he'll probably sit back at home tonight and reflect on that moment.
Sure. Eddie McGuire said on the pre-show that you didn't want to be part of that team because of that Carlton thing. Are you aware of those comments?
Yeah, I was aware of them. Yeah, that's true. I'm not commenting on it tonight.
It is true.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not commenting. I've moved on, and the AFL have moved on. Everyone's moved on, so I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about the Swans. We've got to keep winning games of footy. That's what I'm worried about.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.